Hey, hey, microphone, come closer. Welcome to another episode of More to the Story. I am Farron Moore.
And I'm to hear more what's popping with y'all.
Hey, how y'all doing and whatnot? We in here. It's almost the end of 2022. It's almost holiday things.
Yes.
You
It's different.
ready?
It's different when you
You
you have
pumped
to
up?
buy the gifts and stuff. And I'm not out of school. Holidays definitely hit better when you're a kid. You get way better benefits as a kid with the holidays. As an
Why
adult, you
we?
might get some time off work, but you still spending money when you're not at work.
Yes.
You're actually spending money anytime you're not working. And even when you're working, sometimes you spending money. If you
You
got to
know,
rent out something,
let's kind of jump into gift giving. What? A little bit. Because as adults, should we still really expect things?
I mean, yeah. The fuck? You think there's an age cap on being surprised with gifts that you like?
No, but I'm
Absolutely not.
saying specifically for Christmas. Like because you're an adult, you're literally gifting yourself all the time, especially the way we shop.
Hmm.
So it's like, is it really necessary? What do you need or not need? Because Christmas things aren't about needs. What do you want that's like you can't get yourself that you need to put on a Christmas list?
Okay. Well, I think the financial situation definitely matters, right? Because, like you said, in Christmas is what you want, not what you need.
Mm-hmm.
So during those times, you might splurge a little bit more on a specific item or items. So, whereas during the year, yeah, you can buy any pair of tennis shoes you want, but during Christmas, you're like, you know what, I'm getting these red bottoms, or you
Mm-hmm.
know what, I'm getting this pair off a goat because I really want this pair. Like you allow yourself to splurge a little bit more, or you splurge a little bit more on the people that you're buying gifts for because it is, in sense, the holidays.
So is that what it's about? Just being able to splurge in those moments and not so much about um really? Oh, well, I guess not. Not so much about the the giving of the gift. Like it's just being able
No,
to
the
do
the
more, or you feel more inclined to do more because it's the
you feel more
holiday?
inclined to do more because of the holiday, spend more because of the holiday, allow yourself a bigger budget necessarily, uh, because of the holiday. I think, you know what I mean? Like, shit, you asked for a band, you asked for a new wedding band.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that shit in July because you would get told no to your absolute face. But
I
Christmas,
definitely would. You are the reason I wouldn't ask for that in July.
absolutely,
But
because you would get told no
I would
absolutely to your
ask
face.
for that in July. I would definitely start that conversation in July.
And you would quickly be denied.
Why though? Like if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it regardless. So why does it being Christmas matter? Why does Christmas have so much weight on gift giving?
Because it does. It
That's
is
all we got.
it's like a it's like an invisible Super Mario Brothers star. You just do shit without worrying about it. You don't worry about the consequences of jumping over this cliff. You don't worry about the consequences of running into these enemies, the enemies being bills, cliff being bill, all of that shit. You allow yourself
So
grace.
basically Christmas makes people more irresponsible.
Absolutely it does. Absolutely it does. Because a lot of people
Ugh.
who work regular 9 to 5s, they're like, yo, taxes right around the season. So, January might be tough. We're gonna bounce right back, February short, and then we get the taxes back in April. We're gonna be straight. So a lot of people think like that. And a lot of people, y'all, they start getting their tax returns what, the end of February?
Buying Christmas gifts gives me anxiety a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I want it to be so great and so thoughtful that sometimes it falls flat, or I get what is it, paralysis of analysis,
Paralysis of analysis.
like trying to figure out what to get, and then
Oh,
the day's there and I've got nothing because I've thought too hard about it.
I can see that.
um
I'm a planner though.
yeah,
Like I like to
I'm
plan my
great.
gifts. Even when people give me lists, I'm just not a good gift receiver because I'm textbook what you described earlier. Like I'll see something I like, I'll just get it. So like toward the end of the year, I got everything I want. And then I also don't want a whole lot. I mean, outside of shoes, and now I'm getting to a point where like I don't have space for it. So
We don't have
I don't have space
space.
for it. So outside of
Getting
shoes
to a
and
point.
glasses, I'm
We
not really buying
passed the
anything like
point.
that. Like I buy clothes when I need to. I don't necessarily have to go shopping. I have enough cologne. When I buy cologne now, it's just because this bottle's running low. Let me buy 2 more bottles, so I'm never gonna run out of my favorite cologne. Um, I get gifted a lot of stuff. I got this hat 2 days ago, and I just like, oh, I just throw this on real quick. So I don't need a whole lot. So when people, I know I'm hard to shop for. I know because I like very specific things, and typically the specific things I specifically get my goddamn self. I'm the worst person because even with the kid be like, just give me money. She just want money for skins and new games and stuff like that. Me, I'm like, I'll take the money, but the money you gonna give me ain't gonna like it ain't gonna do what I needed to do. I gotta
Your wants.
I give me enough
Your
money
wants
to pay off my
exceed
taxes.
folks' budget.
Yeah, give me enough money to either pay off my taxes or put down on the house. If you can't do that, then
No one's
just
gonna
keep
give
it.
you enough money to pay off
Or
those
just,
taxes.
compile it. You know what I'm saying? Let my shit compile. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no one's
And
gonna.
then, give it to me in like 10 years. Let me get some compound interest off of that Christmas and that
I
birthday
don't
gift.
know. I get uncomfortable when I'm asked what I want for Christmas or even for my birthday too. I'm like, just I don't know. Just surprise me. I can't.
Mm.
Um Swearing send this to the spa for a day. I feel that. So god damn it, I keep dropping stuff. We're not gonna worry about them cards. Those cards don't want to be up here. So real quick derailing because I like these questions that I pulled from the decks today.
Mhm.
These came from the best self, and this is from Extreme Personal Questions. Um, this one's I like this one. It's vulnerable. Let's talk
Oh,
about it.
shit.
What were you upset about the last time you cried in your mother's arms?
My mother's arms?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know the last time I cried and the last time I cried in my mother's arms had to be someone's funeral. Like
Mm. Mhm.
that's the only thing I can remember. But yeah, it would have been a better question if you asked me like, when's the last time you cried? What were you upset about if you cried in your partner's arm? When you cried in your partner's arm, that would have
Then
been a better.
answer that one then.
Whoo, shit, is it hot in here?
You started it. You walked right into that and then didn't want to answer it.
Ooh, it's hot in here. Okay.
Do you want to share it? Is that
I don't
okay?
mind.
Okay.
I'm an open book with my people. Um,
Yeah, the
so
openest of books, some would say.
last time I cried in my partner's arms,
I don't can't okay.
I'm gonna be completely transparent with y'all. I've been dealing with some shit on some business shit. Cause sometimes you learn very hard, expensive level lessons
Lessons, yeah.
in life. And I had to learn a very hard, expensive lesson. And I've been dealing with this shit honestly since like March. And it finally just started coming to a head like it was like the stages of grief. Like in August, I was in the thick of it. And in September, still in the thick of it. October started to, close out, but it was not good. Like
Yeah.
not fucking good, life-changing, life-altering type of shit you have to handle. And I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with, shows not getting picked up and getting and bought and deals not happening. I'm dealing with, the holidays and just the seasonal depression that comes with that. I'm dealing with picking weight back up because my trainer got a new gig and I had already stopped going to him because I was depressed. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was depressed. I started journaling because I was so depressed. I would go on the road and not really be able to engage with the rest of the team. I would do my job at the club, and then I would just go back to the room and just isolate myself because I was really like depressed from all the shit that was going on. And I was going to film a new show produced by Hippie Goes. Um, and on the way to the show, I spilled something in my car. I had just got some news from a close friend. And hold on, let me do this real quick, because I forgot to do this. Nope, that ain't it. Um, I had just got some news from a close friend that hit me kind of hard too, and um, I ended up spilling something in my car. I spill something in my car, get out the phone. I think it was coffee or water. So no, it was a cup of drink. I had a cup of drink that I had left from the night before. Spilled some of that because I hit a speed bump leaving our complex and ran out the car, threw that cup away. Now, when I ran out the car, I went the right way, right? I went the right way inside where I throw the cup away around the mailbox area. Went back to the car, started cleaning it up with napkins and shit like that. And I saw a car coming because where I stopped, I was blocking basically the exit. So I saw a car coming, like it was about to hit my way. So now I'm rushing on top of rushing because I don't like being late, and I'm running maybe like 10 minutes behind. I wanted to leave the house, and now this car is coming, and I spilled something. So there's a sense of urgency up on your boy, right? I finished wiping stuff up, slammed the door hard. The slam of the door created the inertia for the run. I'm running like this, full speed, right? And I run right into this glass pane. Bow! I mean, hit it so hard, y'all. I left a face print there. And I got to talk to the apartment, the cleaning services, because that print was there for like 2 weeks. Nobody cleaned that glass. But that glass was so clean and pristine when I hit it. And I hit it so hard, I literally hit it like this because you saw my face print, my entire face print, and my hand like this. I hit the glass so hard, I cracked the crown on my watch. It's still cracked right here. This tally and twine is still cracked because I've hit the ground backwards. And the silver lining is I've never been able to do a backflip in my life, ever. I could just never hit it backwards. I hit the ground so hard, I saw my feet go over my head. And I was like, oh, well, shit, I hit a backflip. Try to find the silver lining and everything. I get up.
You're a child.
I get up and my lip immediately starts swelling up, right? So I leave, go to 7-Eleven. I grab like one of the gloves you make a hot dog with. No jokes. I just grab the glove, filled it with ice, and now I'm driving, ice in my lip. Now keep in mind, I'm about to go shoot 2 different productions. I pull up on set, I hop out the car, and it was like the scene for Friday. Everybody go, damn! Everybody, right? They have no idea. Internally, I am fucking losing it. I'm depressed. I'm hurt. I'm embarrassed. Financially, I'm stripped. I am going fucking through it. I am walking down a 30-foot flight of stairs, steep incline, holding fine china with hot water in it. I am losing my shit. But I performed the show. Nobody knew what I was going through. Farron went and did it after I did. And they was like, oh, he was great. He was so great for all of that. No one knew.
Nobody knew.
I left the shoot and I went to this Chick-fil-A that was very close to the location. And Farron was like, where are you? I'm like, I'm at the Chick-fil-A.
I told you to go to Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah, you told me to go to Chick-fil-A. I was finna go home. I and just lay down. And I was over the day.
Yeah.
And she was like, I need to see you. Where you at? And she came and met me in that parking lot.
I was already headed to him. I was trying to get to him before he left the area. And he was like, I'm just going home. I was like, stop at the Chick-fil-A. I need to see your face. Like, I need to talk. Yeah. Wow. Keep going.
Park. She comes up. She parks. She gets in the car. And I'm on the verge of breaking. But I'm not going to break. I'm outside my house. I'm too vulnerable. I just got done with the production, emotion, adrenaline, all of that still high, but I am on the verge of fucking breaking, guys. And she gets in that car and she just wraps her arms around me and the shit just, boom, everything. I don't feel like a man. I can't provide the same way I was able to provide for you in the top of the year. I'm stressed. I'm depressed. I was doing so well in therapy. I had moved to twice a month sessions. Now I'm back to every week, sometimes emailing her through the week. I'm gaining weight back. You know, the tour didn't go like I planned. It's every fucking thing, man.
Yeah.
You know, the kid is growing up, and now me and the kid have a great relationship. But for so many years, I was chasing this dream. I was out at night in the clubs and doing shows and traveling to do $200, $300 shows. And I've missed so much time with my baby girl, man. And she's such a fucking dope person. And part of it is I needed her to get older so we could have more mature conversation. The conversation me and the kid have right now is so fucking classic
Yes.
and dope, but I've
Yeah.
missed a lot of that groundwork, so I feel like I'm constantly playing catch up to Farron, even though they would always be closer than me and the kid could ever be because they just have a different bond, and for a lot of years it was just them two. But I feel like I'm playing catch up with her, and I just got so much making up to do, and
Mm.
everything just fucking man. I mean, I cried probably for about 15 minutes, and I couldn't, like, Fran wanted me to get in the back seat so she could really hug me, and I couldn't move. So she like sat on the fucking middle armrest and just held me
Mm.
close. And the shit is just, I mean, it wasn't even like the that cry. It was just like a constant like cry, and I'm just fighting through this cry to just tell her everything that I'm thinking because at this point I'm all about being vulnerable and letting her know exactly what I'm thinking. So if I do something out of character, say something out of character, she knows where that point is. She knows where that pivotal starting point was, and that it has nothing to do per se with her in that
Mm.
particular moment. But man, I did, Jennifer, and I needed that release.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful my wife knew that. And yo, man, and the rest of the day, I just slept and I cried and I slept and I cried. Wipe my eyes, get up, do a funky ass little video, Instagram, go back and I was not in it, man. And
Yeah. Funk
um,
ass little video.
yeah, lip was swole.
Yeah.
For the next day or two, I thought it was gonna be swole the whole weekend. It was, but it
Yeah.
went down in time for the show,
Yeah.
and but man, I was fucked up,
Yeah.
and I'm still like dealing with this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But it's good to have got it out. It's good to,
Yes. Better out than in, I always say.
yeah, and it really did feel like the stages of grief, like, because now
Mhm.
instead of the denial and the fighting it, now I've just accepted it, and I'm just doing what the fuck I gotta do, moving on, and that's when y'all gonna see a lot of changes to our Patreon. Like, I'm gonna really start running my Patreon like an actual network. There's something different every day,
Mm.
reaching out a lot more and partnering with you guys to create content that you guys want to see, like literally having y'all make y'all playlist too, and we're gonna post that in the Patreon, and just making it a more of an inclusive community. I already feel like we've been like, but like that's what I'm gonna focus on, and just focus on controlling the shit I can control. When I didn't get
Yes.
this show sold, and I had been working on this shit, negotiations 2.5 months. I had paid for productions and all this type of shit under the guise or under the promise that this shit is gonna happen, and then it didn't happen. And it wasn't like one thing that could have fixed it. All of these problems were kind of impacted upon each other. And so it just kept building, building. So, like, even if you take this off, it falls down and still got all this other shit under it and on top of it. So, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So
Right. Yeah.
I'm etching away at it one bite at a time, and
Yeah.
we're gonna get through it. But
That's all you
yeah,
can do.
that shit. That was one
Wow.
I have never.
I did not expect him to tell that story. So, wow. Just that vulnerability. I'm
Yeah.
proud of you. Look at you. Look at
Niggas
you.
be needing to know it, bro. Cause I know I ain't the only person that go through some shit like that. And
Yes.
it's the societal norms that are placed on men, and especially black men, to be vulnerable, but also be strong and be masculine, but also be
Mhm.
tender and caring. It's a lot to balance, especially if you're learning that late in the game. Like I was. Like I wasn't vulnerable. I
Yes.
wasn't open. I wasn't communicative and nurturing the way I could have been because I didn't experience it. I didn't know it. And that's not an excuse. Once you know better, you should do
Yeah.
better. But it's also reprogramming
Mhm.
years of life lessons and learned behavior. And sometimes it doesn't happen as quick as we would like it to. Um,
So just real quick, because I inappropriately laughed, and I just need everybody to know that we have Sherry Barnes to thank for that. Just her comment, "That's to hear is terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day." And, it was a movie or a book or
mhm.
something. It just made me chuckle. So, wow, thank you for sharing that, babe.
Yeah.
I was trying to look up the email that I can do it on my phone and just not use Wi-Fi though.
Mhm.
The email that a first time parent sent in regards to what you just said about not
Mm,
being allowed to cry or be vulnerable um as a little boy, and then that
mm.
comes into your falls in line into adulthood. It causes problems in adulthood. Where is it? Give me a second, because now I want to address it here. We were planning to do it somewhere else, but I want to talk about it here. But basically, while I look for the email, if my try turning off the Wi-Fi,
Mhm.
even if it doesn't come up on my phone. Oh, here we go. So, um, Ferone and Tahir, I was listening to the podcast where y'all guest stars on Poor Minds. Tahir talked about young boys growing up don't get allowed to express themselves. The
Mhm.
example he gave was a boy falls and gets told, "Don't cry, get up, you're a big boy." I'm a first time mom. How would you go about this to ensure I, as a parent, am raising my kid to express himself, but also be tough? Hopefully that makes sense.
Mhm.
And it does make perfect sense.
Yeah.
And great job even starting that conversation and wanting to know an alternative to that, because that's how the change starts.
It really is.
Um my immediate suggestion is like, I have a find a need, feel a need type of philosophy with that. And it's like, wait to see if you're needed.
Mm.
Wait to see how you're needed. Instead of being overbearing and running, you either gonna end up becoming a crutch
Mhm.
or causing them to not trust themselves, or to be scared to express themselves if you stop it. So see where you're needed. Sometimes kids fall, they get back up, acknowledge they fail, they get back up, dust them off, keep it moving. Don't, if a kid's running, kids run. Don't, so what, they fail because they was running, they kids.
Mhm.
So that's why you need to stop running. That doesn't make sense. You're talking to a child.
Right.
So, and it's really bad, I feel like, in Black families, because we try to just color inside the lines and look a certain way, and our kids aren't allowed to be kids out in public a lot, in the way that kids right now annoy us.
Yeah.
um, they're being kids, and sometimes they're allowed to run a little crazy, get a little out of hand, but they're doing kid shit.
Mhm.
We need to loosen the reins on our kids and allow them to do kid shit, give them some leeway. They take off running, they fall, then don't stop them from ever running again.
Yeah.
Show them how to patch themselves up, get up and keep it moving. But if they legit hurt themselves, then comfort, talk
Yeah.
about it, but still don't stop that curiosity, that
Mhm.
explorative nature on
Yeah.
some. That's why you should stop.
That chastising, unless
Yeah.
it's something where, they hurt themselves jumping off a roof of a building or something like that. Like that,
Yes.
obviously, yeah. But like just playing being a kid, definitely, comfort them, allow them to be in that moment of pain.
Yeah.
Um, and afterwards, be like, see, I knew you were a big boy. I know you can handle it.
Mhm.
But I still allow them the space to feel their feels. I think a lot
Yeah.
of guys and males in general are not allowed that space to feel our
Mm.
feels without it being thrown back in our face,
Yeah. Like,
especially in relationships,
and we're
relationships.
I
So
mean, but even on a physical level, like, we literally try to push through pain.
yeah.
Like, physical pain, and will take forever to go to the doctor, will not take pain meds, will not address it, and will literally live in pain because we were forced to push through when we really hurt ourselves as kids.
Hmm.
It's like, "Oh, you'll be fine," and it's like, I may be fine, but right now I need some comfort, and now
Hmm.
I ain't gonna say shit
Yeah.
because I was dismissed when I was legit hurt.
Hmm. Hmm.
So acknowledge it. Find out where you're actually needed. Do you just need to, dust some dirt off and let them keep going? Do you actually need to patch up something that's hurt? Is it just tears and shock from falling? Because sometimes a kid is like, they're not hurt. Hell, sometimes you're not hurt. You're just in shock from the situation. And so you have an emotional response. Then comfort. always comfort. Comfort should come no matter what. But sometimes comfort needs to come also with the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
An ice pack, but definitely comfort and love and just space to be a kid. Cause I do realize like we stop our children from doing that a lot, especially out in public, because Black people get embarrassed so
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, we do.
We get embarrassed so easy. So, and sometimes our kids are just doing kid shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you wanna add anything to that? What's the smile? That just brought back a memory.
No, Black people get embarrassed so easy, but we be doing embarrassed worthy shit.
Yes.
We be doing some embarrassed worthy shit, man. When people be falling
Legit.
on these bikes, these four-wheelers and all that shit, doing that crazy shit, like, yeah, that shit look cool, well, nigga, like one pebble in the road can end that shit. Now you mad the niggas is recording and laughing at you. Just like, well, nigga, you were balancing a bike at 40 miles an hour on one wheel. I mean, this was always a possibility of happening. So, I'm glad you're okay, but nigga, that was hilarious.
Oh my God. But you know what? Somebody, what's her name? Cindy Noir on IG just kind of talked about how that middle school lunchroom culture is toxic because
Yeah.
that's where the joning and the
Yeah.
roasting and stuff come from. We end up making fun of somebody's legit pain or even causing some
Mhm.
in the shit that we point out. And it was just funny because she brought up, no, you saying like, yo, we gonna laugh at you. It's hilarious. But why do we laugh when people hurt themselves? Is it a discomfort? Because for me, I get secondhand embarrassed and I laugh when I'm uncomfortable.
Right.
And so even when it's like the worst situation ever, I will sit there and chuckle at how ridiculous and terrible it is while also holding back tears.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or crying at the same time. Sometimes ain't no holding back tears.
Right.
But why do you think that is? We laugh and why would you laugh if somebody bust their ass going 40 miles an hour?
Hey, listen, if somebody posted it. Somebody posted it.
They posted it for my entertainment.
Right. Hold on a second. Amir, do we need to you think we need to restart the
stream?
The stream?
Yeah.
All right.
I was trying to do it.
All right.
Yeah, I saw you. He was working on it. Okay. So I have another combo.
Oh, well, let me answer that real quick. I think there's a lot of humor in pain. It's definitely how Black people have got through a lot of hardships. I mean, imagine back in the day in slaves. I know slaves weren't thinking like, man, this shit gonna be a hell of a punchline to a joke one day. Like in that moment, but think of how many, not fucked up to say, but how many funny slave jokes there are, made by ourselves because that's our way of acknowledging some shit happened, but laughing through the pain.
Yeah,
because
even pointing out some shit like, oh yeah, you would have been a house nigga, like stuff like that.
Yeah,
is even like toxic and feeds into the colorism and classes and all of that. So
I mean, even when like people say, "Oh, you would have told on the Runaways," when a person has some
about the gun line balls,
has some integrity or has some honesty to themselves, they automatically attach that to a snitch, and it's like that has such a negative connotation. I think when someone is just like, "No, don't do that around me," because I'm gonna tell. I'm not going to jail for nobody.
Yeah,
that's how I look at that. And then also there's the standpoint, like even in a professional world, if you stand up for something, if you fight for your right to exist, you're looked at and called a whistleblower. And it's like, I've always thought that was like such a fucked up thing to call someone. And it's like, why would you do that? Like, why would you call someone that is potentially trying to better a circumstance or bring light to a negative circumstance so they can overall better circumstances? You're gonna give them such a negative name? Like nobody wants to be that. Like it's never been a highlight in a paper like whistleblower such and such wins the battle, and all the employees praise it. It's always a negative connotation with it. So, I think it's messed up. Like our
Yeah.
whole society and the mindset with that is trash.
I mean, and we're coming around. That's why we hear all the time, like, people so sensitive now. And it's like, no, it's the people tired of being hurt.
Yeah.
And so they're just drawing attention to the things that it's like, yo, this was painful for me. And I'm not gonna sit here and let you find enjoyment in my pain.
Yeah.
Or let you think it's okay to keep hurting me. So because I mean, hell, people are even taking better care of themselves. Like, hey, I'm not gonna keep hurting myself.
Yeah.
You know?
And you should.
Right. Yeah, we went from the question. I have another question. And actually, I am very interested in your answer to this.
Oh shit. Got to start hiding these goddamn cards.
No, sir. They're the best. Would you rather win the lottery or live twice as long?
Would I rather win the lottery or live twice as long?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing.
I need to know what twice as long means.
Right,
Because nobody knows when they die. So if we're thinking of a full lifespan, say that your expiration is you'll be 89. Would you like to live twice as long? If you supposed to expire at like 50 and want to live twice as long, that's totally different.
Right.
So how long you giving yourself?
Okay. I'm gonna say this.
Uh-oh. Your nose sweaty?
You say what?
Your nose sweaty?
It is?
Yeah. Or is
Yeah,
it
that coffee got me a little warm. I'm trying to do like 6 things at once too, because the stream went down. Sorry for the people who sounds like I'm stammering. I was trying to get our Patreon back in here because
hey, Jennifer Rivas.
our stream had went down. Now, to answer the question, I probably would go with win the lottery. Okay. And this is assuming that like I'm gonna still live like a decent life time-wise.
Okay,
like,
I was about to say win the lottery and die tomorrow.
Right? Yeah, no. You gotta listen. It's like I learned from watching Aladdin. You gotta be very specific with your wishes. Okay, my wish gonna have 16 commas in it because I don't want the genie to find no goddamn loophole.
Right.
And what the fuck I'm talking about?
I want to win the lottery and
yes, a whole lot of yes and a whole lot of yes and like we had an improv show. You understand me? I would probably want to live.
Until you can't wipe your own ass. I like that.
Live the regular time span with the lottery because I feel like I can have an extraordinary life with that lottery. Especially now at the point where I'm at in my life, age-wise, mentally. I would love to win the lottery and just experience so many different things with my family. You know, like if you win. Like when lottery is what, like 1.6 billion or something like that, highest it's ever been. Imagine being able to like take a vacation and stay in Milan for a month, or the south of France for a month, or on a yacht for a month. You know, if you can afford a mega yacht for a month, you got all the amenities there. I still got strong internet service, all that type of stuff. So I still can work and still, you know, not saying that I would have to, but I actually like what I do. So I still would want to make videos and still tap in with the More Mob and the Scary Squad and all that type of stuff. But like the quality of life that I would be able to expose our daughter to, the different cultures that I would be able to expose myself and our daughter to, the vacations, the experiences, the sights that she would see, all of that comes to mind first before, I'll be able to buy these shoes and all that type of stuff. And a lot of that has to do with my age now. You know, now I'm and I have you to thank for that because I'm way more focused on experiences and life journeys and things of that nature than I am with like the worldly things. And y'all have heard me say it a lot these last couple of years. My time is everything. So if I want to choose, you know, the ordinary lifespan, I want to have an extraordinary time while I'm here. And that's I would go with that.
You would go with win the lottery.
I would go with win the lottery.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you? I want to know what you would go with. This old ass Heffa right here.
Why I gotta be an old ass heifer?
You're 120, still trying to make that pussy pop.
Yeah, I am who I am.
Hey, young man, where your bottom row of teeth at? Why you in a strip club with no bottom row of teeth?
For what I'm gonna do.
Introductions? Bitch, we do need teeth for introductions.
I hate you. I hate you. I am interested in what in the future, basically. I want to know what it looks like. Cause that's like one of those fantasy or futuristic sci-fi movie type situation. I enjoy those because it's like, wow, this is where people thought we would be. Like looking at old movies that are like Terminator and stuff. Like
Terminator.
This is the time that they thought Terminator would be in. But all of that shit that existed or didn't exist in that movie because it wasn't thought of, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I want to know what we are actually going to accomplish. So I think I would choose like a twice as long situation. Like I don't need to live forever, but I just want to see a little bit more.
I feel like those movies are always like they like prototypes to new vehicles. Like new cars that have come out, you see a prototype at a car show and something like that. The car actually comes out. It's very little like that.
Car.
Yeah, it's not really like that because like, you want to get people excited about the new model. So you give them something that is completely off the walls and, groundbreaking. But the reality is, one, it might not be cost effective. Like I remember when the Lincoln Town car was about to resurface and they were about to relaunch that. And the prototype had the suicide doors, the kissing doors on it. But when it came time to actually manufacture it, if you have those doors like they have on the Wraith, the doors that open that way, it costs more because you have to have more safety specs and procedures and precautions in place. So that's another reason why Wraiths and all of those vehicles, that high-end class luxury vehicles, they cost so much because they have to pay so much to the safety inspections and all the crash tests and all of those companies that monitor these automobile companies. They have to pay for those patents and they have to pay to have that car that way. So, everybody can't afford that. The working man can't afford a $250,000 car. So they're going to make the car affordable, and that means it's not going to have all of those bells and whistles and shit like that. So I feel like all of these movies are just prototypes. Maybe one day. I've always thought that, like, why did people really think we was going to have flying cars by now? I know,
because of Fifth Element.
Fifth Element and all that shit. But think about
us.
Think about how many accidents you see on a daily just going to work or going out and all that type of shit.
It literally wouldn't make sense.
Yeah,
It'd be all people that driving into buildings.
Right? Imagine you in your living room on the 10th floor watching TV at 7 o'clock at night and somebody just crashed into your fucking building. I don't trust people with regular driving. You think I'm going to trust you drinking and flying, motherfucker? You leaving the club at 3 in the morning, you done had Hennessy shots all night since 10 and you gonna fly home? Fuck no, man. We are, as a people, are not ready for that type of shit. We would kill each other.
That little tube situation. What was it? Was it Meet the Robinsons or Robots? Where they like went down tubes and stuff to get, it's probably both movies, but they went through tubes and stuff just as themselves, like no one was in a vehicle.
Yeah, we not ready for that. If we need anything, give us teleporters. Give us transporters like on Star Trek. That's what we need.
Yeah.
That'll cut down on the emissions, that'll cut down on the exhaust, that'll cut down on tires, excessive tires. That really fucks the environment up too. Burning all of this rubber, all of these tires, that shit's fucking up. That's how you let the earth heal itself. Let's get some transporters and teleporters. Let's get that shit going. Fuck these flying cars.
Some portals. You want a little portal gun?
Yeah, give me a portal gun. Let's get Rick and Morty. Let's invest in Rick and Morty.
Too.
Yeah,
he did it too.
Nah, I can't trust Dr. Strange. That motherfucker. He'll throw anybody under the bus. He's like, motherfucker,
look,
only one.
It's for the greater good.
Hey, all right, motherfucker. I don't want to
die. Okay. So this is our Christmas episode. So I want to know what Meeseeks boxes. Right. That's it.
Hi, I'm Mr. Meeseeks. That motherfucker got so mad he could help Jerry. I want to take 2 points off my swing.
2 strokes. Yeah.
2 strokes off my
Mr. Meeseeks had to call more of himself to help, and nobody could figure that shit out. Oh my God.
I'm not supposed to be alive this long. Rick and Morty, it has to be acid. It has to be acid that have them going like that because that shit is just great.
I mean, hell, Rick and Morty and damn solar opposites.
Yeah.
What was I about to ask you? Oh, what has been the worst gift you've received, like ever in life?
Oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna put the camera on you, boy.
Uh-oh.
It's my 13th birthday. Emma Jean. My mama. My mother, who at this time was a teacher, making decent salary. 1 year for my birthday. I believe it was my 13th birthday. 13th or 14th birthday. My mother got me her favorite CD of Al Jarreau.
She bought a 13-year-old
the Tenderness album. And she got me a stick of deodorant. And not even like Degree, a speed stick, not Power Stick from the dollar store. She got me an Al Jarreau album, Tenderness, and Power Stick deodorant. And I couldn't even use the deodorant because it was that blue like ice one, and it broke my skin out.
Stop.
That was probably my worst gift. And don't get me wrong, I love Al Jarreau. I listen to him. Like because that's how Farron knew about it, because I listened to Al Jarreau. But yeah, at 13,
at 13.
Come on, fam. Come on, fam.
Not I used to get the Adidas perfume.
I should have hit my mama
Maxx.
to eat me out.
Wildly inappropriate to yell to your mother.
Wildly inappropriate. Wildly inappropriate to give me Power Stick. You're a teacher, Emma Jean. You could have got me Degree of speed stick.
She around them smelly ass kids all day. She said, my son ain't gonna stink.
Let me stink. If it can give me a good gift, let me stink.
Right. Somebody said, oh, wow, that sounds like she pulled that out of her friend's car on the way in.
Listen, man. She was on the way home. Was like, shit, it's his birthday. What's open? Best Buy and the dollar store. In Fairview Heights, you know that little plaza?
Yes.
And Dollar Tree was right up in that plaza. She was on her way home and just
Why were those the two options? There's some Burlingtons there. I'm sure she could have found something better.
Burlington line be
too
long, shawty.
True.
That line be too long. She didn't give me no balloons, no cake, not just that Power Stick deodorant, Al Jarreau Tenderness album.
Okay, I want to answer this one.
Oh, please give it to me.
Because that was, okay, we said worst gift, period, not just Christmas gift.
Yes.
Okay. Worst gift, period. It was my 12th birthday.
Okay.
And Sweet Val gave me a little notepad and a pack of mechanical pencils. It was literally some shit she pulled from the office on her way to pick me up from school. She took the time to put it in a little gift bag, but it didn't say happy birthday. I was like, so this also came from your job. Like everything.
Listen, the ironic thing is that parents put so much weight on the first birthday, second, taking the kid to Disneyland, throwing a party. I don't remember none of that shit. You know what I remember? Al Jarreau and Power Stick deodorant, Emma Jean. Why the fuck am I having a party at one? I don't even know none of these niggas here. I barely can see color.
The notepad was like this size. Like it wasn't a big one.
It was a
like,
post-it?
It was. And so now, in the gifts, Val has always been a terrible gift giver.
Oh my God.
Because one time she came at me in my early 20s with some little purple teardrop earrings that she got from Avon. And I was like, why would I want this? Every ear bubble I wore during that time was huge and over the top. Like my earrings were statement pieces during that period. And you bought me these little purple teardrop earrings from Avon. Lady, did you give these to me so that I would give them back to you? Because that's what's happening.
My mom, Emma Jean, every year, especially since we've been married, she stopped frequently in the last maybe like 2 years, 2-3 years. every year for my birthday or Christmas, my mom would get me jewelry from a store that was
Oh,
dying.
she kept
JCPenney, Sears, Grandpa's, it didn't matter. I have so many rings, thumb rings.
his mama buy him jewelry. She buys him earrings, rings, like she buy, and it's the worst shit ever.
I was like, who do you think I am? Captain Jack Sparrow? Why you keep getting me
But
all these
wait.
goddamn rings, lady?
One at a time, the time she came to town and gave you some earrings, she was like, Farron, I want to show them to you first. Tell me what you think. And when she showed them to me, I was like, oh, those are cute. He's not going to wear them, but they're cute. And she was like, well,
henceforth the villain origin story.
He's not going to wear them. No, she hated me before that. He's not going to wear them. And I was like, yeah, he doesn't wear earrings. Like, that's just not a thing. And she was like, but his ears are pierced. I was like, I hear you. He's not going to wear them. And they were big. They were kind of big too. They were studs, but they were big. And she was like, I'm going to give them to him anyway. Okay.
Do that. It was,
listen. The first thing he said was, Mom, I mean, I'm not going to wear this. And I was just sitting there
flat out told her. I haven't worn earrings since high school.
And she straight up asked him, she was like, what do you mean you don't wear earrings? Well, how are you supposed to be cool if you don't wear earrings? I lost my shit completely.
How you supposed to be
How
cool?
you supposed to be cool if you don't wear earrings? She literally
and you know what?
asked him that.
That's very on brand for Emma Jean. I'm going to tell you why. When I first moved to LA and I'm trying to act and find an agent.
Ridiculous question.
I'm trying to find an agent and all of this and figure out how people are going on auditions. My mom was like, well, won't you just call Hollywood and tell them that you're an actor?
Tell them you want to be in a movie.
Call Hollywood? There's a direct line to Hollywood is what you tell them. You're saying there's a building that says Hollywood with the office hours from 9 to 5, and I could just call up there and be like, hey, I'm new in town, but I'm an actor. And that's... Parents be meaning well, bless their heart. Because I knew what she just wanted. My mom has never fully supported my acting or comedy career. That's why it was such a miraculous and marvelous moment when we went over. First of all, I was able to take my mom overseas. The first time in her life she had ever been out of the country, I was able to take her overseas for a show that I did in London. Me, Farron, my god sister, my baby sister, we all went over there. And we were walking down the street, and we literally, on one day we were just shopping, we literally couldn't go more than 10, 15 feet before somebody recognized me. Now, granted, they recognized me from like YouTube and all deaf stuff, but they still recognized me across the world. And that was the first time I really feel like she believed in it being a possibility happening.
Mm-hmm.
But like even up to like maybe 3-4 years ago, she literally had the conversation with me on the phone. She was like, yeah, how's comedy going? I'm like, I'm killing, I'm back on tour with Kev. She's like, okay, cool. I always felt like you were a much better actor than comedian.
Ma'am.
You do realize I made more from comedy than acting at this point. Mom, like, I get it, my mom was just gonna give you that truth. However it lands, that's how it's gonna land. But it's like, this comedy took you out of the country, baby. What you gotta pump the brakes a little bit at some point.
Mama is unimpressed, okay?
Unimpressed. Keep in mind, I've offered, me and my sister offered to get my mom, she stays with my aunt and her brothers, my aunt and my uncles, and me and my sister have offered to get her a place and pay her rent for 6 months to a year. And she still don't believe in my craft. We've offered to buy her a car. Not get her one and let her buy her a car and get her a new place. And she's just like, I really feel like you should have just, you should have used your degree and yeah. My mama don't see the vision, boy. My mama just does not.
That's because she has no vision.
Yeah. Bless her heart. She just come from a time where, degrees meant everything. You really had to have that for the resume. You had to have that to get promoted. You had to have that. And I get it. As a parent, you just want the best for your child. But
and then it's also like, I hounded really beat this into him all these years, and to find out like he don't even need it, and was my work for naught?
Here's the craziest thing. Here's the craziest fucking thing. I've always known I wanted to be in entertainment. Not necessarily a comedian or actor, but I knew I wanted to be in front of people. I wanted to entertain people. I've known this since middle school, since sixth grade. I love the energy and that rush that I get from like just landing a joke or coming on stage and people laughing at something I say or do or the outfit. I've always loved that. And I told my mom in middle school I wanted to go to this visual and performing arts school. It was called VAP. I want to go here. My mom was like, no. Okay. And even though I moved out at 14, I still had to get her signature because I wasn't emancipated. So I still had to get her signature to get registered for school and all that type of stuff. And the middle school I went to was brand new. I love the middle school, Gateway Middle School. It was a science, math, and technology school. And they had a high school was Gateway as well, Gateway Tech, science, math, and technology. They even had a 5-year program that you could do for aviation. You come out of there, you're already aviation certified. You can start working at Boeing on airplanes, all that type of stuff. But visual and performing arts honed your skills, made you more comfortable being a thespian, made you more confident on stage, telling jokes or singing, whatever it is. I wanted to go to this school so fucking bad. And she would not sign this paperwork. So I ended up going to Gateway. And then this Heffa went and got a job at the fucking school I wanted to work at.
You wanted to
I
go
wanted
to
to go too.
Really?
She started working at VAP.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think I ever knew that.
She absolutely did. That's where she retired from. When they had
that's
that
why I be saying your mama's messy.
she is, oh my God.
That's why we don't really click, because your mama messy.
She, man, went and got a job at the exact same school I wanted to fucking go to.
She was like, let me get up in here. What's all the hullabaloo? Why you want to be here?
And then would have me come up to the school and want to show me off to her friends. Now, this is what she likes when I'm a comedian actor. This is my son, he's out in LA acting and then, doing the comedy thing. Shut up. Shut up, because if you had let me go, I would know this motherfucker already. I would know Miss Johnson. I would know Dr. Jackson, because I would have been here.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but this is still a pain point. Add this to notes to talk to our therapist about next week.
I just put that together. I just thought about that. I'm like,
yes.
You motherfucker! The audacity! Oh, Imogene got a whole lot of it. Imogene got a whole lot of ass and a whole lot of audacity.
I didn't think it was possible to have more audacity than ass, but she figured it out.
She did.
Her booty's so big.
It's neck and neck.
Her
It's cheek and cheek.
Grow up. But that was funny. Okay, yeah. So we gonna wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all, this has been another very informative episode of More to the Story.
Man, thank y'all so much for watching, listening.
Thank you. Oh, Patreon.
Yes.
Like he said during the episode, we just gonna say it again. Join Patreon so that you can join the conversation live on YouTube while we stream, because we stream every episode live. And also join Patreon because we are about to we're working on a whole list of content.
For the people that are watching this in real time, we shot this episode early, back in November, okay?
Yes.
So for the people that are part of the Patreon that are watching this right now, December comes and you guys are going to get some juicy. Me and Farron have finally sat down. We've outlined the stuff that we're ready to talk about in our marriage, and you guys are about to get some of that goddamn juicy. So you want to sign up for that?
Danced around.
Man, I mean, cha-cha slide around this motherfucker. Hey, baby, around this motherfucker. Now we diving into this motherfucker face first, no draws on. We out here, fam. So the only way to really listen and tap into that part right there is to join the Patreon. This is going to be very exclusive. And hopefully we can help a lot of people with it, enlighten some people with it. Help you get some clarity, understanding on certain things that you may have like just wondered about or whatever the fuck. But we ain't gonna get too much into it. But starting with December, what's the first day we doing it?
Oh shit, we said the 5th.
Yeah, so that Monday.
Yeah,
first Monday in December. Patreon, More Mob, and this one's just going to the More Mob. I'm not sharing this with the Scary Squad. I'm sorry, but this one is just it's too juicy.
Yeah. So this, if you see this, it has already started, and yeah, but it's coming for y'all that's in here now.
Yeah.
It's coming. So yeah, thank you
Mhm.
for joining us today, and thank you for listening. Later, you guys. Yeah, I'm Farron Moore.
I'm Tier More. We'll see you next week on another
See ya
episode
next
of More to
week.
the Story. Bye,
Yay.
guys.